Hi everyone. Today I am going to tell you a scary story based on reality. So turn off the lights in your room and listen carefully. Story 1. The door that opened itself. Monday night. First occurrence. The shower's roar drowned out everything. The hum of the refrigerator, the creak of the old building's pipes, even the usual sounds of the city outside. That's why I almost missed it. The unmistakable groan of my front door swinging open. I turned off the water, my pulse hammering in my throat. The apartment was silent except for the steady plink of water dripping from my hair onto the tiles. Then it came again, the slow, drawn-out creak of hinges I'd been meaning to oil for months. Wrapped in a towel, I crept down the hallway, my bare feet leaving damp prints on the hardwood. The door stood slightly ajar, but the deadbolt was still engaged, the chain lock undisturbed. I peered into the empty hallway, the flickering fluorescent light casting long shadows. Nothing. I shut the door, triple-checked the locks, and tried to laugh it off. Must have left it unlocked. The wind caught it, but I knew that was a lie. The deadbolt didn't disengage on its own. That night I dreamed of whispers just beyond my bedroom door. Tuesday. The investigation. I woke up exhausted, the kind of tired that clung to my bones. The apartment was freezing, despite the thermostat reading 72 degrees Fahrenheit. I rubbed my arms, my breath fogging the air. Determined to rationalize it, I installed new locks, a heavy-duty deadbolt, a reinforced strike plate. I mounted a security camera above the door, angled to capture the hallway and the interior. I even bought motion sensors, the kind that chirped when triggered. That evening, I reviewed the footage. Nothing unusual, just me entering the apartment at 6:47 p.m., locking the door behind me. Then, at 7:03 p.m., the video glitched. 11 seconds of static. When it cleared, the door was open. I rewound, slowed it down. No sign of tampering. No shadowy figures. Just a digital hiccup at the exact moment the door opened itself. At the hardware store, the clerk chuckled when I asked about doors unlocking on their own. "Only if the frame's warped," he said. Then his smile faded as he touched my shoulder. "Jesus, man, you're freezing." I hadn't noticed the cold seeping into me. Wednesday. The pattern emerges 3:17 a.m. The creak woke me. This time I saw it happen. The deadbolt slid back with a soft click. The doorknob turned counterclockwise as if guided by an invisible hand. The door swung inward just enough to reveal the darkened hallway. No one there. Yet the cold rushed in like a flood, so intense my teeth chattered. Frost spiderwebbed across my bedroom window. The thermostat still read 72 degrees Fahrenheit. I forced myself out of bed, my legs unsteady. 3 wet footprints led from the doorway to my bedside. They matched my shoe size exactly. Thursday, the invitation. The emails started arriving at 3:17 a.m. Subject: "You left the door. Open body. We appreciate your hospitality. The accommodations are satisfactory. Prepare for more guests. No sender address, no IP trail. Just those words, repeating in every email." My security system showed no activity, but when I checked the camera roll, I found 47 new photos, all of me sleeping, each time-stamped 3:17 a.m. The first few were normal. Then in the later shots, shadows pooled at the edges of the frame. The last photo showed 5 blurred figures standing around my bed, their faces indistinct, but their eyes reflecting something. A figure curled under the blankets, except it wasn't me. Friday. The bargain. The locksmith frowned as he examined the deadbolt. "Funny," he muttered. "Almost looks like human teeth marks." He held up the lock and my stomach lurched. The grooves matched the dental mold from my last cleaning. That night, I didn't bother locking the door. I hope you liked the previous story. Now the next one is even more scary and full of fear. Before we start, please subscribe the channel, like this video, and comment me about your experience. Story 2. The Friend Who Knew Too Much. It began with what should have been an ordinary Wednesday afternoon at Café Laurent, our usual spot beneath the exposed brick arches where the espresso machine hissed like an angry cat. Sarah waved me over to her corner table where a stranger sat, stirring a cappuccino with precise, practiced motions. "This is Alex," Sarah said, as if introducing a longtime friend. "I was just telling them about your photography exhibit last spring." My hand froze halfway through shaking Alex's. The exhibit had been a small, private showing at a community center, the kind of thing only a handful of people knew about, certainly not something I'd mentioned to Sarah. Alex's grip was warm and slightly damp, their smile revealing a small gap between their front teeth that made my stomach lurch. I'd had that same dental flaw before getting braces in 10th grade. Over the next hour, the coincidences piled up like dirty dishes. Alex mentioned my grandmother's lemon cake recipe. The one with the lavender glaze, right? Brought up my brief obsession with competitive chess in college, and even hummed the obscure lullaby my mother used to sing, one I'd never shared with anyone. Each revelation landed like a pebble in my shoe, small but impossible to ignore. When I excused myself to the restroom, I found my hands shaking under the faucet's cold water. The mirror showed my pupils blown wide with adrenaline, but something else caught my eye. A flash of movement in the stall behind me. The door swung open to reveal nothing but an empty toilet, and resting on the tank, my high school class ring that I'd lost years ago during a beach trip. Sarah acted bewildered when I confronted her outside. "Alex has been in our book club for months," she insisted, scrolling through her phone before showing me a photo from what appeared to be my birthday party last year. There we were, me, Sarah, and Alex, clustered around a cake with flickering candles. Except I'd spent that birthday alone, nursing a stomach flu with bad Chinese takeout. The me in the photo wore the exact sweater currently folded in my dresser, the one with the missing button I'd never gotten around to replacing. That night, my apartment felt different. The air clung thick and sweet like spoiled fruit. I tore through drawers until I found my childhood photo albums, the ones my mother had meticulously labeled. Page after page showed me grinning at Disneyland, blowing out candles, riding my first bike, and in every shot, just at the edge of frame, a blurry figure with a familiar, gap-toothed smile. The text started at 3:17 a.m. "Remember when we built that fort in your backyard? You cried when the rain ruined it. I held your hand. I had no memory of any fort. But when I dug through the garage at dawn, I found mildewed blankets still draped over a collapsed structure of branches. And between the rotting fabric, 2 juice boxes, one with my name, the other labeled Alex in my mother's handwriting. Work became a minefield. Colleagues mentioned my friend Alex stopping by with forgotten lunches. My barista greeted me with the usual "for you and your twin." My landlord asked why the other tenant had requested a new key. Each encounter left me more untethered, as if the world was gently but firmly correcting my faulty memories. The final photo arrived as I packed my suitcase. Sarah had texted a selfie from what looked like my living room, except the furniture was all wrong. The walls painted a color I'd never choose. Alex stood beside her, arm draped over her shoulders. Alex wore my face, not a mask or imitation, but my exact features down to the chickenpox scar above my left eyebrow. They even wore the sweater I'd thrown out after spilling red wine on it last month, now pristine and unworn. The reflection in the photo's window showed the truth, a hollow-eyed version of myself, screaming soundlessly from behind the glass, palms pressed against an invisible barrier. My phone buzzed one last time as I reached for the doorknob. "You should stay. We have so much caught up to do." After all, The bathroom mirror fogged up despite the cold air. Fingerprints appeared in the steam, writing a single word that made my knees buckle. Always. When the fog cleared, my reflection stayed behind, mouthing words I couldn't hear. It reached through the glass and took my wrist, its grip burning cold. The suitcase sits unpacked by the door now. Sarah's coming over for dinner tonight with her new best friend. I've set 3 places at the table. The knife block is empty. And in the bathroom mirror, if you look quickly enough, you can sometimes see 2 figures standing behind me where there should only be 1. If you have a true story, please contact me at the email which is given in the description. I hope you enjoyed the stories. Leave a comment. Thank you.